It's a beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because you know it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. What's up, Raider Nation? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another edition of Raider Reaction. And as we do every Tuesday, it's a full Raider Nation report with the Commish as we go through and break down every nugget of news silver and black related. Now, obviously, we now have a game under our belt. We've seen a full 4 quarters of action of at least a semblance of the Oakland Raiders on the field. Obviously, there was a very sparse splattering of a starter here or there, kind of, but not even really. And it was mostly a rookie and new player show. So, which is what we pretty much expected it to be for the first preseason game. You've seen a Arizona team come out with basically a lot of their #1 squad, Carson Palmer, out of the gate. Considering the fact that it was their second preseason game, and this was our first, it was somewhat expected. I kind of expected to see more of Carson Palmer. Didn't expect to see him go, as long as he did, but it is what it is. So, we will get into that. I have a full breakdown of the preseason game, key players, all that good stuff, as well as pretty much every other little Raider nugget that's going on right now. So, I'm sure some of you watched the show last night. If you didn't, please go back and watch it. It was a very good show. Goes to the Post, as we do every Monday and Wednesday on Raider Reaction. Prime joins me and we hit on all the league topics. Obviously, one of the hottest league topics coming out of the weekend was the Beast Mode story, which I said I was going to touch on it yesterday. I said my piece, and me and Prime went on the record with how we felt about it, and that was the last we were going to freaking talk about it. And that was all fine and dandy. We thought we put that baby to bed, and then, damn it, Tim Brown. Damn you, Tim Brown! You had to open your mouth and jump in. So now Tim Brown, being my all-time favorite Raider, leads me to now I have to bring up the topic again, because now it's taken a different turn. The temperatures got turned up a bit. So now I've got to say something about it again. And I hope this is it. No, I don't need anybody else coming saying something tomorrow, so then we got to talk about it again. Let's just put this baby to rest. Nobody needs to come out. Nobody needs to say their 2 cents anymore. Let's just put it to rest. Tim Brown didn't need to say his 2 cents either. He was not received well on Twitter. He was tore apart. Sometimes it's just better to shut your mouth and not give your opinion. It just is. It's a sensitive subject, and it came off bad for Tim. It came off bad for Tim. And I know you may agree with him, but it is a distraction. It is a distraction. But the temperature of things and the way they are now, it's just not. You've got to broach subjects like this gingerly. These are buzz topics. I mean, there's just certain topics that you broach softly. Religion, politics are the big two. You just don't drop those on anybody because everybody's got completely different views on both of those subjects. And who's to say who's right or who's wrong? Because I certainly don't know. I don't think it will distract this season. I do not think it will distract this season. I don't think it's a distraction, honestly. Marshawn Lynch has no issue drawing attention and soaking up the limelight. He has no problem with it. It doesn't affect his play. It doesn't affect who he is. He could care less. If you want to stand there and watch him, he doesn't care. But what does that do? Does that put a distraction on the team? Not really, because what are they looking at? They're looking at beast mode. They ain't looking at the rest of the guys. They're not going over and bugging Amari Cooper about his knee or, you know. They're not bugging the rest of the guys. They're at beast mode. So, is that necessarily a bad thing? I don't know. So, I don't say I think it's a distraction. I kind of wish he didn't do it too. But when you signed up and put beast mode, gave him the contract, and you went to paper with beast mode, there's a certain acceptance that you took with that. And you took the whole circus. The whole thing. It's a package freaking deal. It's a package deal. You got the I'm just here so I don't get fined. You got that guy. You got the guy who smacks the phone out of some kid's hand at the airport. You got that guy. You also get the guy who helps out inner city kids and helps out kids in Oakland, in his hometown. So you've got that guy also. History proves Marshawn Lynch don't care, and Marshawn Lynch is going to do what Marshawn Lynch wants to do, regardless of what the hell you think about it or I think about it. And why anybody would have thought that would have been any different at this point in his life, I have no idea. No idea. So, I don't think it was... I think people are giving him too much credit. I don't think he's that deep. I don't think there was a lot of thought put into it. I thought Marshawn thought, I think I'm going to sit down right now and eat this banana. That's about as far as that thought process went. And I think everybody's giving him too much credit. And I don't think he was trying to make some real hard political stand. I just think it came off that way. Because that's how you sell newspapers, magazines, get views, is you come up with BS stories like that. And you create stories out of images like that. One little image, and you run it, and you make a story out of it. And that's how somebody gets paid that week. So that's just the way it is. All right, moving on. It's like I said, I pretty much touched on it yesterday. It's just, I had to rehash it because, damn you, Tim. Damn you. So we all watched the game. A lot of you may have watched it on Raider Reaction. And 10-20, the Raiders go down to the Cards. So what do you take away from this? What's the main thing that we can take away from this? The Raiders rookies had 4 sacks. E.J. Manuel finished with a debut completing 10 out of 12 passes for a passer rating of 103.8. Corey James, who had been talking about all offseason as somebody who could be solid and is not getting enough credit at the linebacker position, had 7 tackles. Another positive. John Crockett, debut in the silver and black. Only touchdown of the game. See, the thing about preseason is, it's basically televised practice. The coaches come out and they have a game plan. They're putting guys in, and they're putting guys in situations because they want to see how they perform, how they react. They want to test them in different things. They have a game plan for how they want to run these guys through the game to see what they can do. They're testing and evaluating everybody, and that's basically what it is. It's not necessarily a game plan to go out and win. I mean, obviously you're trying to win the game, but there's not a lot of time, I'm sure, spent on a winning game plan to beat the Cardinals in the first preseason game. It's just go out there, let's not get anybody hurt, let's see what these guys can do, and then let's work through these things, because I want to see what these new guys can do. And, you know, you've got guys that are barely even in the system on all over the field that played Saturday night. So we have to be. That's right. Practice? We talk about practice? I love Allen Iverson, man. Raider Mike, Allen Iverson is one of my all-time favorite NBA players. Love me some Allen Iverson. Because what I loved about Allen Iverson is because basically when I look at the NBA, I look at a stature of player and man out there that there's no way in hell, no matter what I want to do, that I can compete against. Because I mean, these guys are like 6'8", 6'9", and play crazy, crazy skills for as big as they are. But you look at Allen Iverson, 6-footer, and just mad skills, and would go right in them trees, man, and had no issue, and was just a complete baller, fearless. So he was always one of my favorites, man. I was a big Allen Iverson fan. So completely off topic, but you know, practice. He's talking about practice. Talk about practice. Oh man. What's up, T-Well? Uh-oh, we got Cowboy in the house. Sick him. So, like I said, John Crockett, only touchdown of the game. E.J. Manuel was solid. Cordarrelle Patterson finished with 2 receptions, 22 yards. First drive, first possession, he'd caught a pass. I mean, wasn't one is anything to really gauge anything off of, but, you know, it is what it is. Breon Borders recorded 2 tackles in the first half and finished tonight with 3 in his debut, NFL debut. Trayvon Hester was named the Bridgestone Performance Moment of the Week. He recorded the first sack of the preseason and helped force the Cardinals punt 2 plays later. He was solid. He recorded a second sack in the game, and like I said, he was named the Bridgestone Performance Moment of the Week. So, congratulations, Trayvon Hester. Marquel Lee, as we all saw, anybody that watched the game. Raider Mike's on him. It's like, I got him. What's up, Assassinating Elias? What's up, Ed? Raider Ed? The Ewok will be ready. Never trust a man who wears a crop top. Those are rules and words to live by. Never trust a man who wears a crop top. Just saying. That's not a shirt. It's a bra. That's a sports bra. So Trayvon Hester had a solid game. Marquel Lee, like I said, we all saw. Marquel Lee played well. With Corey James playing well, Marquel Lee played well. That bodes well and looks solid for the linebacker core that everybody's desperately concerned about. Speaking of the linebacker core, a gentleman pops up by the name of LaTroy Lewis, who had a monster of a game. 2 sacks in his Raider debut. 4 tackles, 4 solo, and 2 sacks, totaling a loss of 17 yards on the game. Pretty good stat line. Pretty good stat line. That puts him and Trayvon Hester both with dual sacks for the game. It's not bad. That's not bad. That's a good start. Now, a big defensive back shining star was Luani, Shalom Luani, who the only player in the draft this year that played his high school ball outside of the continental United States. He actually played in the island Samoa, Samoa, the American island of Samoa, and it's a soccer star. And he was a very athletic kid. He looked good in training camp. He looked good in rookie camp. And he came out in the first preseason game, and he looked solid. Luani he's been turning heads. It's going to be interesting to see how he works into the mix with the guys that are already there, and how he works in when we finally get to see Obi and Connolly out there on the field. Now, Mickens had a couple punt returns. Wasn't terrible. It's nice to see somebody else back there who can possibly handle the ball. Got to see a little of Treviso, Janikowski's possible heir apparent, out there getting a little action. So, we will see. We will see. Do they carry a backup kicker on the roster? Would they carry Treviso? I wonder. You wonder. Would you take up a 53-man roster spot for a backup place kicker? I don't know. I don't know. You wouldn't think so. I don't think so either. So, but I mean, everybody needs competition. So, I mean, you got to bring somebody in for competition. Nobody's guaranteed a job in the NFL. I don't care who you are. They bring somebody in to at least give you camp competition. They are scared. They're terrified. They're losing players. The Cowboys have they've got roster leprosy. That's what it is. Roster leprosy. That's what the Cowboys have going on right now. Pieces are just falling off. They've got roster leprosy. Oh my God, I lost to Zeke. Oh my God, somebody pulled a gun on some chick on the side of the road. Damn, who shoplifted again? Oh, it's repeated. It's over and over. It's getting silly. You got enough pieces to fill in. You got an Ezekiel Elliott? You got a spare Ezekiel Elliott sitting around? No, you don't. You got an old-ass Alfred Morris and McFragile. That's what you got. So come on now. Who you kidding? Who you kidding? You got players at the position to fill the spot, but you don't have the equivalent talent. There's a big difference. Big difference. See, I could jab at him now because he can't really come back at me. I got 2 days before I got to see him face to face. That's what you get. Mick Broken Bones. Mick Hammy. Mick Turf Toe. Mick Knee. Let's just call him Mick Fragile, and that just covers everything. I got my DMC jersey. I was on the McFadden bandwagon. I thought he was going to be something too. But now he may be all right for the Cowgirls for a minute behind the Cowboys line. He may be okay. But I'm telling you, dude, from the waist down, that guy is made of freaking paper mache and bubble gum. And he's running on freaking toothpicks. And those things they don't take lateral hits very well. And he's out. He's great as long as nobody hits him and he can get out of bounds. So, run lots of pitches and sweeps. It's going to be like Tecmo Bowl. So, Trayvon Hester, Bridgestone, performance. Moment of the week. Dun dun dun. John Crockett finds the end zone in his first appearance. Obviously, he felt good for him to get in. That felt good for him to get in. That was You know, that was a positive moment for him. His first preseason game with the Raiders. Comes in, gets it done, and that was solid. That was solid. Now, Luani, another one that I just want to touch on, expand on a little more, because he was really one that that stood out for me. I was excited to see. He was basically kind of put out there on the spotlight a little bit because of the fact Connolly and Obi weren't playing, and there'd been a lot of hype coming out of camp about Luani, and he really played well. He defended one touchdown for sure, knocked that down on a beautiful play, and he just had a very good all-around solid game. It seemed like he was always where he needed to be. Didn't seem like he was out of position. Definitely was not like Sean Smith. My God, Sean Smith, you're making me such a liar. I've been done nothing but boast you up and say how you're going to turn it around all off season, and you come out and you were smelling like burnt toast all over the field. I don't know what the heck happened. I certainly hope he can get it together. I was high on the fact that Sean Smith was going to be able to turn it around this season, but man, tell you what, he did not look positive. Now, Connolly has gotten back out there, and he has started running for the first time in 2 months. So, it's positive that we have movement with Connolly. Obi's supposed to be back soon as well, so it'll be good to have those guys going because Vanderdos has looked solid. Marquel Lee has looked very solid, and we need the number 1 and the number 2 picks out of the draft. We need them there. It's positive that we got Connolly. He's out there running, moving around. He's mobile. This is very positive news. So glad to see that. Man, you guys are ruthless out there. See, I don't even have to deal with Mikey because you guys will just take care of my light work. You take care of T-Well for me. Get him, Popeye! You just allow me to sit back and do my show. Our defense needs to pick it up, Susio. I agree. Our defense needs to pick it up. But come on. Let's keep it in perspective, people. It was week 1 of preseason. We were playing a team that already had one preseason game under them and had their game where they already played did what we did. Their first game, the Cardinals played 0 starters. Bruce Arians came out and said, we're not playing any frick starters. None. So they already did what we did. We just happened to catch them after they'd already done that. So this game, their procedure, their strategy of their preseason was we're going to play Carson Palmer for the whole first drive. And we're going to play some starters. And we're going to see if we can drive it down the field. And we're going to see what we can do. Because that was their next step. They were already on to their second step of preseason. They caught us on our first step. When we're playing all our rookies and our new draft picks, new guys we picked up, all our new toys to see what they could do. See, they'd already done that the week before. We didn't have that liberty. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That wasn't our starting defense. We were missing, nobody was out there. Yes, Sean Smith looked like garbage. He looked like hot garbage. There's no doubt about it. I can't deny it, Susio. Cannot deny it. He did not look good. I've been very high on Sean Smith all offseason. I thought he was going to have a big turnaround. I think he's a talented kid, but, man, he's running out of opportunities because we've drafted people in the position you're holding, my man. And your replacement's already on the roster. So, if you don't get it together quick, your replacement just came back and started warming up. So, just saying. You better pick it up this week. You got the Lambs, so, maybe you can dazzle against the Lambs. You can only hope. One can only hope. Because I want nothing but see success for, obviously, I'm sure any of us want to see nothing but success for anybody who's wearing wearing the shield, because why would you want any other? Because the more talented people we have on the team that are performing well, the better for the entire team. So we all want to see Sean Smith do well and succeed. We should all be cheering for him to do better, to get better, because he creates depth because he's currently on our roster. So we all should want him to do well and succeed. So I'm not cheering for him to not succeed, because that would be counterproductive. So we'll see. He does make too much money to be riding the bench. I agree. They're going to try to play him. But, like I said, we've got his replacement on roster. So if he don't pick it up, maybe you don't make 53. Oh, speaking of Romo. Oh, listen to this news. Just because I seen a disgusting name thrown up out there. Way to go, Raider Mike. Thanks for the segue. Guess who's going to be calling his very first broadcast against the Titans and the Raiders in Week 1? Guess who we get to listen to call the Raiders-Titans game in Week 1? Tony frickin' Romo. We get to listen to Tony Romo cut his teeth watching us play. That's great. Why can't you give us Gannon? Or, I'm alright with Gannon. Gannon's a little overcritical sometimes, but he's coming around. He's drinking the Kool-Aid now. Because we're back. He was a little overcritical in the lean years during the era of suck. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. So, those of you following along at home, Raider Reaction Prize Pack. Ricky Dudley. Ricky Dudley. Give me that number. Ricky Dudley. All right. But Garyon Conley is running. Running. We have a first-round draft pick running. Isn't that exciting, everybody? It's about damn time. Good Lord. We finally get him cleared of all the legal garbage, get him signed to a contract, and then he can't even get on the field. It's like, what's up with this nonsense? So, I'm glad he's finally running. Nope. Close. I have him right here. Ricky Dudley. But this is not an 85. Boom! Popeye. Got it. 83. 83 was Ricky Dudley's number. Tight end. Former tight end for the Oakland Raiders. Make sure I get Popeye down for the point. That's number 2 for Popeye on the month. But he's chasing lines. The lines rattled off 5 in a row before Popeye just got him. So the lines is sitting with 6. So everybody's chasing lines. Everybody's chasing lines. It was 83, Michael. 83. 83 was Ricky Dudley. 83. 83. So, just to recap, 5 players that really stood out on me. You see, lines. I knew I had to get, because you got 5 in a row, man. So I had to dig in to get one that wasn't. I didn't want to get one that was real obscure, but one that just wasn't going to be a bang and you could just go. I had to make sure it was going to be a thinker. So I had to throw you a curveball. It was a sinker tonight. Sorry. It's like Ricky Dudley. Damn. Hold on a second. So, Carl Joseph, another defender that was solid at safety. He played well. Still coming back. Still basically rehabbing that ACL, but he 100% last year, and he's just getting better and better. When he was in and when he was healthy last season, it was positive. I look forward to a healthy Carl Joseph laying the wood on somebody, coming across the middle, covering passes deep. He was a solid player last season, and I think he was our steal from last year. So, like I already touched on before, Shalom Luwani he played outstanding. He was a shining star on the Saturday night game. And EJ Manuel, as much again, another one who's going to make me eat crow, like Sean Smith's making me eat crow for grabbing his back all off season. EJ Manuel's going to make me eat crow for not having his, because I've been saying it's going to be Connor Cook, and EJ Manuel come out and look solid. He had over 100 quarterback rating, 10 for 12. He looked okay. He didn't look bad. So, I mean, all we're looking for is a solid, adequate backup for DC. And if that's not Connor Cook, then maybe it's EJ Manuel. Maybe Cook has to sit at the third position for another season. Maybe, I mean, as long as he's developing and coming along, I saw positives out of him. So, hold on. Oh, I like your prediction, Bert, but I like the name even better, my man. That is grade A. That caught me like a little twinkle on the corner of my eye. I was like, wait, did I just see what I thought I saw? Oh, that's awesome. LaTroy Lewis. Like I said, another linebacker who had an awesome game. LaTroy Lewis. Corey James had an awesome game. And Trayvon Hester had an awesome game. We don't need to trade Cook. We don't need to get rid of him yet. I say 13-3. I'm on the record as 13-3. I've said it a gazillion times, so I probably don't need to say it again, but I will for anybody that ain't heard it. I say 13-3. I've done my full season breakdown. I don't know how many times, and as I look it over and over, and I see 13-3. Now, obviously, I could see where that could slide to 12-4, real easy. Ooh. Bert, might not even be a bold prediction at this point, because there's been so many suspended already that they're already in the hole. So, you may have that one. That may be a fair bet. I predict a sweep of the Chiefs this season. I think we'll take the Chiefs in both games. I think the Chiefs peaked last year. I believe the getting rid of Jeremy Maclin without Alex Smith's knowledge. Telling Alex Smith you basically only have 1 year. The signing of his replacement and bringing him in this season. They are not set up with what they want right now for their run. I think they peaked last season. There's a lot of animosity and starting to build in Kansas City between coaching staff, quarterbacks. There's going to be some. It's coming. I think they peaked last year, and I think we're going to reap the benefits of that. There's going to be a little internal fallout, I believe, coming in Kansas City, and we're going to reap the benefits. We're going to reap the benefits. We're going to reap the benefits. So, I think that's a positive thing, and I'm hey, happy to see it. Now, Amari Cooper, Khalil Mack, return to training camp practice. That's big. That's big. Coop was back. He's in pads, and he's looking good. So, what's up? What's up? So, he's always wearing his chaps. Easy now, easy now. You don't have a stellar defense. What stellar defense are you talking about? You don't have a stellar defense. Get out of here with that garbage. That's your biggest weakness. That's the biggest Cowboy weakness is a weak defense. You know it. Your biggest strong suit was your power running game. Your power running game set up your play action, set up everything for Dak. Now Dak's got to do it all himself. He ain't going to be able to carry all that on his shoulders. I'm telling you. He's going to crumble under the pressure of having to carry it all without Zeke. Zeke set him up. It wasn't the other way around. That's for sure. That's the truth on that one. So, Coop is back. Mac's back. Starting to get healthy. It's a positive thing. It's a positive thing. What's up, Nana? It's a positive thing. Positive thing. Now, looking back at 2016, there's a stat that popped up which I thought was interesting. The Raiders were the best in the NFL at field position game in 2016. Our average starting field position was the 31.7 yard line. That is pretty solid. Pretty solid. Which, you know, obviously good starting field position correlates into points. It's shorter field. Less you got to go to get into field goal range. Less you got to go to score. It's basic math and common sense. It's not rocket science. So, you know, you start with a better, shorter field, you have a better chance to score. Obviously. Obviously. So this is not crazy math. Now, let's touch on the elephant in the room that we haven't touched on yet. The hell's going on with our left tackle? There's been no news still. I said he would be signed by the first preseason game. I was obviously wrong. Obviously wrong. What's up, Marie? Because still he is not signed. And there's little news to talk about. Yes, we do need him. We do need him. But here's the thing. It is almost unheard of to renegotiate a contract with a 34-year-old offensive lineman. Because offensive linemen don't play that long past that year. That age. Now, he gave up high double-digit sacks the last year he was in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay set him on the curb, bagged him up and set him on the curb like garbage to be recycled to take him to the landfill. They were done with him. There were no suitors for Donald Penn. Raiders took a flyer on him, gave him a chance, needed a veteran left tackle, and thought, you know, maybe he's got enough tread on the tires that he may be serviceable for a year or two till we get somebody else in there to groom behind him. So they bring Donald Penn in. Now, granted, Donald Penn has a career year. Give him that. Career year. But he had a career year at 34. If you go and have a career year when you're 26, 28, yeah, you're going to get fat paid and they'll be ready to maybe renegotiate and jump at that. But you're 34 and you came off your career year. How many more of those do they expect to have in you realistically? You were contemplating retirement when Tampa Bay let you go. One sack allowed. I agree. But he had a guard right next to him that allowed none. So, he also had a Pro Bowl center. Another guard on the other side. He had help. It wasn't necessarily just him. But, yes, he did have one sack. The only sack, and the one sack was the one that Carr broke his leg. So, don't let him get, guys, don't let him get under your skin. Come on. I feel, come on now. Oh, whatever. So, Career year, yes, but he's 34. I say you play this year out, you ball out, go hard again, and you negotiate a contract for maybe another 2-year deal at the end of the year. Or you come to camp now and you negotiate and come to the table to discuss stuff now. But you need to be in camp. Reggie has made it clear he doesn't really want to negotiate and discuss the contract if you're not in camp. So, I think he needs to get in camp. It's great that he's working out individually and what have you. That's great. But he's not there. He's not gelling. He's not with the rest of the line. He needs to be there with the rest of the line. There's a lot to work in. An offensive line is a unit. You need to practice as a unit. And right now there's somebody in your position practicing and it's not you. So, yes, it needs to get done. I don't know where the middle ground is that they need to meet. I don't want to see our franchise quarterback out there without our star left tackle guarding his blind side. Newhouse is an adequate replacement, possibly more than adequate, but he is he's still not at the level that D-Pen played last year. So it's concerning. And it's a distraction. It's just one of those that we need to get off the freaking table. Conley's on the field. Like I said, that's big. Denver Kirkland got banged up a little bit in the preseason game. It's a little bit of concern because we need the depth at offensive lineman. So it's a little bit of a concern. But it doesn't appear that it's major serious, so we will see. We will see. Now, like I said, LaTroy Lewis, he's another one that's, he just makes you wonder. He makes you wonder. I don't know if he is either, Popeye. We've got some question marks up there. I mean, we were all counting on Donald Penn all through the offseason. We were solid. And so when you're looking at the offensive line, you didn't even think about Penn. You kind of checked that box and moved on. But with him over there, it's concerning. It's concerning. You got Gabe Jackson assembly at your guards. Hudson's your center. Newhouse should be your right tackle, possibly, maybe. Maybe Alexander. Maybe Sharp. There's a lot of mix there at the offensive line still, so it's interesting. It's interesting. Yes, we do need Penn. Yes, we do. But I don't like the way it's being handled right now, and I think the way it's being handled is detrimental to it getting done and taken care of. I really do. So, he is handling it all wrong, Bert. I completely agree with you 100%. The way he's handling it is causing a certain reaction from the Raiders management and Reggie, the GM, because he's having to react to the situation instead of just working with it. Now he's having to react because he's been forced to react because the guy's not in camp. Now instead of him being in camp and him coming to his office and, hey Reggie, you had a great practice day, man. Let's talk about that contract. You got some time, It was none of that. It was, I'm not coming to camp. I'm forcing you to talk to him because I'm not coming to work. I don't like that tactic. The tactic just doesn't sit well with me. It really doesn't sit well with me. So, I agree. He cashed them checks. You enjoyed them checks for a whole season. Yeah, well, he does need to get paid. He should get paid. But we will see. What's up, NorCal? Guys, make sure you tune in Thursday. NorCal Raider Rick will be in the house. Part of the Raider Reaction team now every Thursday with the Raider Reaction, the Raider Nation Ricochet. So we bounce all the hot topics off in a 30-minute segment to start the show on Thursday. Roll through all the hot... Me and NorCal back and forth, breaking it down. Then, let me just plug it right now. Because Thursday is becoming an extra special night on Raider Reaction. Thursday's show just never really had its own identity like the rest of the week has. So Thursday we wanted to remodel, to tweak. So now on Thursday, the first 30 minutes are the Raider Nation Ricochet with NorCal Raider Rick and the Commish. Followed by the next 15 minutes of the show. We have our newest member of Raider Reaction who will be joining the show on Thursday. JP, the Raider Reaction college football guru, will be joining Raider Reaction team starting this Thursday. He's going to make his debut, and then he will join the show on a regular Thursday basis in 2 weeks after that. But he is going to make his appearance. Now, this man lives and breathes college football. So he is going to keep an eye on everything for us, Raider Nation. He's going to keep an eye on the upcoming quarterbacks, who the best pros are going to be coming into the next season. He's going to be keeping an eye on that all through the season and joining us every Thursday for a segment right after the Raider Nation Ricochet with NorCal Raider Rick and the Commish. And then, to close out the show, our favorite troll, you know him, you love him, he's been annoying the hell out of you in the comments tonight. T-Well joins the show for the last 15 minutes of Raider Reaction Thursday night for Franchise Face-Off. So we just pull him up here where we can really deal with him and don't have to listen to him in the comments. We can handle him firsthand. So, make sure, see, it's the Susio and the rest of you guys, make sure you come back Tuesday, because we'll have him right here, and you can deal with him firsthand. T-Well, the cowboy, the anti-fan, will be in the house. So that's your new Thursday lineup. That's right, T-Bag. We're gonna end up changing his name officially to hashtag T-Bag. Well, the object is I plan not to hear his voice too much, because I'm just going to lay into him about Zeke and all the rest of the cowboy nonsense, and he's going to have to sit there and take it. So I don't believe there's going to be he's going to have a whole lot to say once I actually get him on here, Popeye, because I will, it is the Franchise Face-Off, and I will come carrying the big stick, ready for the piñata. I will be coming. But without, it wouldn't be any, did you get blocked? How'd you get blocked? You get blocked for what? Oh. Who got... Whoa, no, back up. Oh. Who else to say? Oh, there'll be no blocking. To the no blocking. No blocking on Raider Reaction. I would like to, I need to approve and sign off on all blocks. Because, we do deal with Mikey on a regular basis, so. So that is our Thursday show. Now, on Friday, for those of you that tuned in, you got to see a stellar 2-hour edition of Raider Reaction Black Friday. Last Friday. Now we are going to finish out the second half of that great game. 1972, December 11th, Monday Night Football game. The Jets versus the Raiders. Broadway Joe against the Mad Bomber. We have counted so many Hall of Famers on the field in this game, it is obscene. So make sure you tune in for the conclusion of that game. The second half, the last hour of footage. I mean, it is great footage. It's got the full commercials from 1972 in it. And if you didn't watch last week's, you should go back and watch it again. It's got the astronauts from the moon putting the flag on the moon at halftime live. It's got the full halftime show with highlights called by Howard Cosell. It's yeah, you gotta check it out. It's solid show. So or his dial-up pros. I don't know where Mikey went. He fell off. T-Well disappeared. So, like I said, tune in tomorrow. Goes to the Post. Prime will be back. We'll hit on all the Hot League topics, and like every Wednesday, I step aside, and Prime brings the Prime cuts. So, you'll get that tomorrow. Thursday, Raider Nation Ricochet. Get the College Football Report with JP, the Raider Reaction College Football Guru. And then Franchise Face-Off, where we'll welcome T-Well onto the show to deal with him firsthand. And then Friday, Black Friday. And we'll finish up that great vintage silver and black theater archive game. And then you know what's up Saturday. I ain't got to tell you guys what's up Saturday. You know what's up Saturday. You know what's up Saturday. We got game time. Showtime. We got showtime Saturday night. Oh, yeah. And you know, make sure you tune in. Raider Reaction. We'll have you hook up again. Because last week was popping, man. I tell you what, I just want to share a little behind the scenes, Raider Reaction behind the scenes for you guys that are hanging around here at the end of the show. Appreciate any second you guys hang out with me. I appreciate it. But a really cool message that I got today in the Raider Reaction inbox was from a guy who's serving in Afghanistan who had sent me a message and thanked me and thanked Raider Reaction for having the game up and streaming the game because they thought, him and his 3 buddies thought there was no way. They're all Raiders fans and they thought there was no way that they would be able to watch the game. No way. And he'd sent a message just thanking me and Raider Reaction for putting it up there. And they were able to sit there in the middle of hell in Afghanistan, away from home on the other side of the rock. And they were able to sit and watch the Raider game and give them the little slice of home. You know, and to be even, you know, a little part of that was cool to be able to bring that to them. So, I got all their names, and Saturday they're going to be watching again, and we're going to give them some Raider Reaction, some Raider Nation love for these guys that are over there, you know, doing the dirty work so that dudes like me are able to do what I'm doing right now. Where, you know, guys like Colin Kaepernick can take a freaking knee if they want to. Where Marshawn Lynch can sit on his ass and eat a banana on the sidelines if he wants to during the national anthem. We can do things like that because it's called freedom of freaking speech. Because of guys like that are over there doing stuff like that. So, whether you like it or not, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. You know, as long as you're not offending or hurting anybody, you're allowed to say and do whatever the hell you want. So it makes this freaking country great. You know, I don't agree with 100% of anything anybody says. And nobody's going to agree with 100% of anything that I say. And why the hell would you? Who am I? I just try to educate myself and form educated opinions on topics, any kind of topic. So this is basically how I address football. Try to educate myself, gather all the knowledge, make an educated guess, what have you. Prediction. I mean, that's the way I deal with it. But, so, I just thought it was really cool. It was a really cool message that these 4 guys were over there, huddled around their phone probably, watching. They got to watch the whole game. They got to watch the whole game, and that was awesome. So, I look forward to do that again. Hopefully Roger Goodell does not come knocking on my door. What's up? The Valley. What's up, Joel? And so it's really cool. So I got all their names. We're gonna give them a special shout out. So you guys can all join me and let's show them some love when we're watching the game together on Saturday night. So, but that was just a cool. That was a nice little happy nugget in the middle of a normal old Tuesday. So makes you feel good to know that I just wanted to do it because so many people were like, "How are we gonna watch it live? How are we gonna watch it live? It's BS. It's not live. It's BS. It's not live." You know what? I'll bend the rules just a little bit, and I'm gonna do something I probably shouldn't do, and then I did it. I didn't need to post it. We just need to share it live and enjoy it live. And I tell you what, 66,000 Raider fans tuned in and watched it live. 66,000. We were carrying over 2,000 live strong. So, I mean, that's how I watched it. I sat there and watched it right there with all of you guys. And, man, I tell you what, that was the most fun I ever had watching a crappy week 1 preseason game. Because I watched it with tens of thousands of Raider Nation from all over the world. And that was fun. That was sweet. Very sweet. It was a cool thing. So, we'll be doing it again. We're only doing it through the preseason because I wouldn't even chance that in the regular season on a public page. Good Lord Almighty. They would have me for lunch. Trying to do that craziness. Plus, at the games, you're going to get live Raider reaction on location footage because I'm going to be at events for every game. If I'm not at the game, I'm going to be at Florida Raider Nation events. I'm either going to be at the Raider Nation events here at the Florida Raider Nation events in the area where I live. I'm going to be at the Central Florida Raider Nation doing a couple of event broadcasts over there. I'm going to be doing some before game interviews, in-game interviews, halftime interviews, after game reactions, and I'm going to be at pretty much something Raider related function for every game if I'm not at the game. So that's how we're going to roll this season. We're going to try to bring you, and that'll be even extra on top of all the regular Raider reaction footage you already get, all the Raider reaction shows. So that's the way we're going to do. That's the way we're going to do. So, appreciate you all for joining me, spending any second with me, as always. Tune in tomorrow. This goes to the post as we drop back deep in the pocket and let it fly league wide. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.